Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on Richard II, and today we get to hear from Henry Bullingbrook, otherwise known as Henry of Hereford, in Act 1, Scene 3. So in Act 1, Scene 1, he and Mowbray both called each other traitors, and they couldn't work things out with words, so like a trial date was set when they're going to have this trial by combat. And then in between that and Act 1, Scene 3, where we are today, we had to have a bit of a filler scene to show that some time passes, where the Duchess of Gloucester, whose husband was killed, potentially by Mowbray, maybe at the direction of the king, was very sad and wanted Gaunt to be angrier about the whole thing that had been going on, and he wasn't, and she goes off to die. So now here we are in Act 1, Scene 3, and it's the day of the trial by combat, yay! So the scene starts out with a lot of like pomp and circumstance and official entrances, and Mowbray has to say who he is and why he's there, and then Bullingbrook has to say who he is and why he's there, and then just before they've just done their introductions, but before they're able to start fighting each other, Bullingbrook says, "I would like to approach the king and kiss his hand. Like, this is the last time that I might ever see him, and I would like to pay my respects and duties to the king the way that one is supposed to." And King Richard, since Henry Bullingbrook is his cousin, is like, "Yeah, sure, that's fine. Come, you can approach, and I will hear what you have to say." And so Bullingbrook is like, "My noble liege, paying you all the duties and honors that I owe you." And King Richard's like, "Thanks, that's a very good response, but just so you know, if you die, we're not going to avenge your death here today." And Bullingbrook says, "Oh, let no noble eye profane a tear for me if I be gored with Mowbray's spear. As confident as is the falcon's flight against a bird, do I with Mowbray fight. My loving lord, I take my leave of you, my noble cousin, Lord O'Merle, not sick, although I have to do with death, but lusty, young, and cheerly drawing breath. Lo, as at English feet, so I regreet the daintiest last, to make the end most sweet. O thou, the earthly author of my blood, whose youthful spirit in me regenerate, doth with a twofold rigor lift me up, to reach victory above my head. Add proof unto mine armor with thy prayers, and with thy blessings steel my lance's point, that it may enter Mowbray's waxen coat, and furnish new the name of John of Gaunt, even in the lusty behavior of his son." So he pays homage to the king. He says that he's confident that he's going to win, and he like asks the gods to bless him so that he can be the triumphant one in this fight. And of course Bullingbrook isn't the only one that has something to say to the king prior to this. Tomorrow we get to hear from Mowbray as he pays his respects. There's just a lot of pomp and circumstance before they're going to get to the killing each other bit. So I'll see you tomorrow for more pomp and circumstance. Mwah.